So Liverpool are the champions, but it doesn't stop Manchester City putting 4 past them, does it? That's right, folks, back once again with another prediction video. Today we take a look at match number 33 out in the Premier League, and we'll get to it in just 1 second. If you're new to the channel, smash your subscribe button to keep you bang up to date with all things Blackburn Rovers related, Premier League related, world football related. We're going to know here under Waruski. That's right, boys and girls. Now, but before we jump into match number 33, we're going to take a look back at match number 32. Now, before we take a little look at match number 32, I want a big shout out to the VIP gang, boys and girls, the Patreons. That's right, you know who you are. Stop what you're doing, swallow what you're chewing, and listen up for your names. Respect to Russell Frost, Cody Cahoe, Tom Clark, Tom Beresford, John Spurn, Aztec Marky B Mark, No Crow Drinker, Daniel Schmeller, Bianca Muller, of course, LG and Q. That's right, you know who you are, buddies. So, respect for you guys for supporting the channel. I do appreciate it. You put a smile on my face. Whenever I see you guys, the names and the predictions and all that kind of stuff, it puts a smile on my face because I know you like this channel just as much as I do, and you put your name to it. You put your name to it. Respect for that. Anyway, much respect to you guys, for all of you, for predictions anyway. Let's take a look at how I got on then, shall we? So, just a reminder of the criteria. Yeah, here we go. 0 to 4, you're in the shit-faced gang. 5 to 7, you're in the straight-faced club. 8 plus, banana. That's right, boys. So, how did I get on? Let's take a wee gander. Okay, folks, here we go with the a quick look at what I thought that happened last time out. So, Aston Villa took on Wolves. 1-0 win in the end for Wolves. Actually went with a 3-1 win for Wolves. Not too shabby, buddies. Not too shabby as well. Watford took on Southampton. 3-1 win for the Saints. I went with my boys, or my soft spot team, Watford, so what went wrong. Then Six-Fingered Freaks, they picked up a 1-0 win. I was going for a 1-0 win for the other boys on this one. In fact, let's back up the truck. Okay then, folks, let's take a little look at what I thought would happen last time out. Of course, Aston Villa took on Wolves in a bit of a Midland affair. 1-0 win was the final score. Don Donaka with a one and only goal. I actually went with a 3-1 win for Wolves, so I got that one wrong. Next up, Watford against Southampton. Yes, Southampton came out on top with a 3-1 win over the Hornets. Actually went with a 2-0 win for Watford on that one. The goals, Danny Ings with a brace, James Ward-Prowse as well, and Jan Bednak with a big fat OG to give Watford a bit of the share of the, well, just a goal really. Next up, Crystal Palace took on them Six-Fingered Figurezoids, the Turd House Gang, Burnley, that's right. 1-0 win in the end, one and only goal. Who was it? It was Ben Mee, of course, giving, of course, Sean Dyche a much needed remedy. Of course, he's been in the news recently. We just don't know what's going to happen. Hopefully he goes, because I want him to leave. I want him to leave. The sooner he leaves, the sooner they get relegated. Next up, of course, Brighton Hove Albion took on West Ham. Next up, of course, it was Brighton Hove Albion. They took on Manchester United, and it was a 3-0 win in the end. I actually went with a 3-1 win. Bruno with a brace. Mason Greenwood also on the score sheet as well to show them what they're all about. Bournemouth took care of... Well, Bournemouth... Next up, it was Bournemouth up against Newcastle. 4-1 win in the end for the two. That's right. Dwight Gale, Longstaff, Almiron and Lazar on the score sheet. Dan Gosling, the one and only goal for Bournemouth. Actually went with a 2-2 draw in this one. Yeah, a little bit rusty there. Arsenal were 4-0 winners over Norwich. I actually went with a 4-1 win over Norwich. Bamian with a brace, Xhaka and Suarez with a banger to rip there. Thunder bastard, you would call it. Everton took care of business against Leicester. 2-1 in the end. I actually went with a 1-0 win. Carlson and Gylfi Sigurdsson from the penalty spot. International give a bit of hope for Leicester, but ultimately they lost. Another team that lost was Chelsea. 3-2 loss to the Hammers. That's right. Suchek, Antonio and Yamolo Lekingo. The winning goal for West Ham. William with a brace as well. One from the penalty spot as well. Sheffield United, they put up a party pooping performance against Mourinho's boys. I actually went with a 2-1 for Chelsea. So 3-1 for Sheffield United. Actually, I've got the right amount of goals on this one. I went with a 2-2 draw, but yeah, Sheffield United take home all 3 points. Sander Berge, Mousset and Oliver McBeardo got the other goals. Well, Harry Kane got a late consolation as well. But of course, the story of the day, even though it didn't really mean much, Manchester City 4-0, they pissed on them. They gave them a guard of honour and then decided to lift up their leg and take a big old piss, or maybe even a big old shit on Liverpool in the end. 4-0, absolutely humiliation. I think Klopp's already on the beaches or something. It just didn't work. Got the right amount of goals as well. I won the 3-1 win for Manchester City, but 4-0 was a bit toothless, wasn't it? Of course, the goal scorers were Sterling. Foden got himself a goal as as well. Who else was on there? De Bruyne from the Patriots. Axel Chamberlain, whatever his name is, got a big fat OG in the end. Embarrassing. So I did okay. I got 5, which puts me in the straight-faced club, and this is the things that matter really. Of course, Liverpool leading 20 points clear over Manchester City. Leicester remain in 3rd. Chelsea are in 4th. United are 5th, and Wolves are into 6th. I think it's a 1, 2, 3, 4 teams battling for maybe 2 or 3 spots there. And right now, you probably fancy Leicester to drop out of it. They just can't get the results together. Down the bottom is Norwich, Bournemouth, and Villa going down as it stands. But right now, you just don't know. A win for Bournemouth, a win for Villa, and it could throw Brighton back in it. I think Southampton and above are safe. I think you're looking at 15th and below to be sucked out. I don't want West Ham to go down. I don't want Watford to go down. I'd like to see, Norwich, I think they're nailed on. I think Bournemouth have ridden their luck. And probably, I would like to see Brighton go down. I'm just a traditionalist. No disrespect to those guys. It just doesn't look right. The Premier League. There's some teams that I think belong. I don't want to go on a rant here. There's some teams that I think belong in the Premier League. Like Sheffield United. Yeah, I'm not too. Burnley for sure, they don't belong in there. But I think Watford, West Ham, Southampton, Newcastle, Palace, Everton, Spurs, Arsenal, Wolves. Manchester United, Chelsea, Leicester. They've won it. Manchester City, Liverpool. I think those are Villa. Villa are for me a Premier League team. They should be there. I just don't know why they're struggling so much at the moment. It just doesn't seem to be working out. Anyway, that's me. What about you boys? Let's have a little look at how you got. Alrighty then, schmucky lad. You did shit, buddy. You did shit. Cody Ho, though, he's a patron. He gets my round of applause no matter what. He could put a big old dump on there and I would just give him a round of applause. But anyway, he did shit. Anyway, close to a dump. Liam Martin, not too shabby. Julio Montero did shit as well. Miles A, not too shabby. Nath Games did pretty good for himself. Global Master Manfastic, you did absolutely manfastically shit. Omar Esquivel, you did pretty good as well. Brad Petford, not too shabby. Costas K did absolute poop. Brilliant builder. He is a brilliant predictor. Look at that. Top banana. You get a round of applause for that, son. Matt Harding, also very, very well as well. Moving on to Vincent Hung, very, very well. Straight face gang for you. Barham Oates, shitty Rooney. Russell Frost, shitty Rooney, but you're a predicting masterclass. Patron and respect for your love. Mohammed Rafi, you did shit as well, son. Dominic Thomas, shit. Sane B, not too bad. Ilamarachino Dinonosa Isa, you did very, very well. Shane O'Donnell, you did shit, buddy. Yannick Buster, shit. That's right. Chila, not too bad. LG and Cow. Respect to you and respect to your predictions. Patreon brother. Riz Ratish. Shit. Riz Rashit. That's what we'll call you. Riz Rashit this team. Des Yurts did shit. With an edit. Gaming Boys did alright with an edit. The Italian Stallion did shit. Meron MG did pretty well for himself. Ree did shit. Charlie Pangdem did shit a Rooney. Joachim Johansson, respect to him. His predictions were poop, but he is a king amongst men because he's a Patreon. Respect to him. Luka Kujakovic did pretty well for himself. Qais Ahmed with a straight face gang. Klaus Panthy did pants. And Joachim Johansson, respect to you, aka No Code Drinker. He does have an edit, but doesn't matter. We just ignore it. He's a Patreon. Straight face gang. Israel Marimo did shitterino. Sarid Armo did shit. Tom Ellis, shitty Runo. Is it the Tom Ellis? Is it the Tom Ellis from Miranda and Lucifer, the actor? Is it? Is it? Probably not. Grazia Jinkowitz, he did pretty good for himself. Kelsey Shambangu, you just got the best name in the world. Bianca Muller. Shame. You did poop, but you do. You're a patron, so you get respect. Global Manifesto. Did I just see you again? How many predictions have you got, Global Manifesto? I'm sure I just seen you. I'm just going back. I'm sure Global Manifesto has already had one. Hasn't he already had one? He can't do it twice. Well, you can. You can really do it twice. There he is. Look, he's there. Look. There he is. Did I put him in twice? Is it the same ones? We'll find out. We'll find out in just a second. Did he get more this time around? I think it's something new. And this time he did all right. Oh, look at that. That's the way to do it. Robert O'Hollis, you did shit, buddy. Yao for VMPB did shitty PP. And Football Mapper did absolutely shatter. The Fergie Time podcast, not too bad. Into the final stretch. I'm giving these guys a consolation smileys. They didn't predict all the games. And mathematically, they probably wouldn't have got the straight face. But we'll give it to them anyway. Ollie Gunman put Frank into a spliff. Not too bad. Olsen Muffy, shitty Rudy. In fact, What did you predict? Yeah, you're in the shit-faced gang. And then, yeah, matey boy at the end got straight-faced gang. And matey boy at the end, Fatima Abraham, did okay. So there you have it, folks. Okay, folks, here we go with the next round of matches. It is match day, what is it? 33. And we're going to kick it all off with Burnley. Them six-finger freakazoids up against Sheffield United. This game takes place on Sunday the 5th of June. They're coming at you in a bit of a random order, but we're going to roll with it. Anyway, the last 6 encounters, 4 wins for Burnley, 1 win for Sheffield United and 1 draw. They played at Bramall Lane earlier in the season. It was a 3-0 win for Sheffield United. Lundstrom with a brace. John Fleck as well on the score sheet. The last time played at Turdmore was a 6-goal belly buster back in 2011. Chris Eagles, Ilewumo, Rodriguez and Stephen Thompson on the score sheet. Chad Evans and Mark Yates as well on the score sheet for Sheffield United back in the day. Heading into this, Sheffield United actually failed to score in 5 of the last 7 matches away from home, whereas Burnley have actually won the last 3 home matches against Sheffield United. Heading into this, Sheffield United, not the greatest bit of form at the moment since the old reboot. Played a lot of games though, really. Just 1 win at the past 5. That was against Tottenham Hotspur, of course. Meanwhile, Burnley just 1 defeat at the past 6. That was against Manchester City. First game back after the old lockdown. Bookmakers odds on this one taking place on the 5th of July, like I said. 90-10 for Burnley, 2-1 is the draw, 70-10 is the away win, and a win for them six-finger freakazoids in 10th could see them up to 7th spot above Sheffield United. A win for Sheffield United in 7th could get them to 50 points, which would maybe get that Champions League dream back on the cards again. I'm going with the 2-1 win for the freakazoids. I know it pines me to say it, but I'm going to go with it in the end. So yes, Shitteroonie, Shitterskooski. Next up, we have an all-London affair. It's Chelsea up against Watford. This game takes place on the 4th of July. Respect Independence Day. I'll be partying it around somewhere in the US of A on that day. So yeah. Anyway, the last 6 encounters sees 5 wins for Chelsea, 1 win for Watford. They played at Vicarage Road early in the season. It was a 2-1 win for Chelsea. That's right. The one and only goal scorer, the goal scorers on that day was Tammy Abraham and Christian Pulisic on the day. Gerard Defalu on the score sheet for Watford. The last time played in Watford was also, last time played in Chelsea was a 3-0 win back in May 2019. Chelsea actually won 8 of the last 9 home matches against Watford in all competitions. Heading into this, Watford just 1 win in the past 6. That was against Liverpool before the lockdown. Meanwhile, Chelsea just 1 defeat in the past 6. That was against West Ham last time around. Heading into this, of course, the bookmakers odds on the 4th of July sees Chelsea 2-5 on red hot favourites. 15-4 is the draw. 7-1 is the away win for Watford. Watford are in the 17th spot at the moment. A win for them could get them to 31 points. That would see them leapfrog above West Ham. Chelsea are in 4th spot. A win for them could see them leapfrog above Leicester into 3rd. That's right. I'm going to give them 3-0 in the end. I like Watford, but I don't see them getting anything out of this game. Comfortable win for the former Premier League winners. Up to a next ex-Premier League winner, Leicester City. They're going to be taking on Crystal Palace, of course. Leicester looking a little bit ropey at the moment, looking for a result. The last 6 encounters, though, between themselves and Crystal Palace sees 4 wins for Crystal Palace, 1 win for Leicester and 1 draw. They played at Selhurst Park early in the season. It was a 2-1 win for Leicester. Calgar Saint-Jean on the score sheet and Jamie Vardy, of course. But the last time they played at the King Power was a 4 win for Palace. That's right. Goodness gracious me. Zaha with a brace. Batshuayi and Milekovic on the score sheet as well. Johnny Evans on the score sheet for Leicester. Heading into this, Leicester, where are you? Just 2 wins in the past 6. But since the old reboot, no wins. No wins at the 2 draws, 2 defeats for them. Meanwhile, Crystal Palace, 4 wins in the past 6 for them, but back-to-back defeats, of course, losing to Burnley and Liverpool in quick succession. The bookmakers' odds on this one, on 4th of July, 6-4 on for Leicester City. They are the favourites. 30-5 is the draw. 90-4 is the away win for Palace. Palace coming to 12th in the table. A win for them could see them go above Tottenham into 9th, whereas Leicester are in 3rd. A win for them could maybe strengthen their 3rd place spot. I'm sticking with Leicester on this one. I think I was going to side with Crystal Palace on this one, but I just think they will get their win that they need now to maybe just steady the ship a little bit and start getting some more points. And then I'd like to see them get Champions League football, of course. I like to see some small fries, some different teams getting in there. So it'd be good to see Leicester maintain. Can Liverpool bounce back though against Aston Villa? Of course, Aston Villa struggling at the bottom in the third relegation spot, taking on a ropey Liverpool, of course. Not the greatest Liverpool form, but heading into this, the last 6 encounters sees 4 wins for the Liverpool, 2 wins for Aston Villa. They did play at Villa Park in the League Cup and they smashed them 5-0. Was it the Mickey Mouse team? It might have been like a young team, but Codger got a brace, Hoonahane boys and Wesley as well. The last time they played in the league in Villa Park was a 2-1 win for Liverpool as well. The last time they played at Anfield, there was a 3-2 win for Liverpool back in 2015. The goal scorers on that day, Sturridge with the brace, Milner, Rudy Gestede, ex-Rover, getting a couple of goals. as well. Heading into this, Liverpool actually won 34 of the last. Liverpool actually won 35 of the last 36 matches in the Premier League. They've also scored at least 2 goals in the last 6 home matches as well. Heading into this, though, just 2 wins in the past 6 games for Liverpool in all competitions, picking up defeats against Chelsea, Atletico Madrid, and of course Manchester City. A bit of a spanking. Meanwhile, Villa can't buy a win. Just 2 draws of the past 6. That's the only hope they've got at the moment. No wins as well out of since the old reboot in the Premier League. Heading into this, of course, Liverpool should be red hot favourites. Taking place on the 5th of July. Is 3-1 on for Liverpool. 92 is the draw. 15-2 for the away win for Aston Villa. Aston Villa, if they are victorious, they could get 30 points, which will push them above West Ham into 16th win for Liverpool. Of course, the champions, they don't really care, but they can extend that lead further. I'm going with a 3-1 win for Liverpool, despite their hijinks against Manchester City. I think they'll do due diligence against Aston Villa and get themselves back in a nice frame of mind. Next up, we have probably one of the informed teams at the moment. Is Manchester United up against one of the shit teams at the moment, and that is Bournemouth. The last 6 encounters sees 4 wins for United, 1 win for Bournemouth, and 1 draw. That 1 win for Bournemouth was the last time out in the Vitality. It was a 1-0 win. Ex-Man United player and ex-Rover Josh King on the score sheet, that's right. But the last time played in Old Trafford was a 4-1 win for United. Pogba with the brace, Lukaku and Rashford on the score sheet. Nathan Ake, the one only goal on that occasion. Heading into this, Bournemouth actually lost their last 7 away matches in the Premier League, whereas Man United have actually kept a clean sheet in the last 4 home matches as well. Bournemouth have also failed to score in 5 of the last 7 away matches as well. So 5 defeats the past 6 for Bournemouth heading into this. The only positive was a 2-2 draw against Bournemouth just before, a couple of games before the old lockdown. United have 5 wins on the 5 wins out of 6 for them. Their only little slip up was their first game back against Spurs, and that was a 1-1 draw way back when. Heading into this, of course, United should be red hot favourites. What do you got in the old bookies on this one? Taking place on the 4th of July, of course, Independence Day. 6-1 for United on, 6-1 on, 30-2 for Bournemouth, 16-1 for 16-1 is the away win for Bournemouth. The draw is 30-2. A win for Bournemouth can find themselves in 19th spot. Could see them leapfrog over West Ham into 16th. Win for United in 5th. Could get them up as high as 3rd. Goodness gracious me, they've turned it around. 4-0 win for me. United look good at the moment, and they might have just ended the season strongly for at least Champions League berth next season. Next up, we have another team that's in pretty good form. It's the Toon. They're going to be taking on West Ham United. Of course, coming to this on a solid win for them against Chelsea as well. The last 6 encounters sees 4 wins for the Toon, 2 wins for the Hammers. They played at in London early in the season. It was a 3-2 win for Newcastle. Syrian Clark, Federico Fernandez and John Joe Shelby giving Newcastle a 3-0 lead. Balbuena and Snodgrass giving West Ham a bit of hope, but they ultimately lost. The last time played at St James's Park was back in 2018. It was a 3-0 win for the Hammers. That's right. Chicharito with a brace and Felipe Anderson on the score sheet as well. Hammers have actually lost the last 7 away matches in the Premier League, and they've also conceded at least 2 goals in any of the last 10 matches as well. The Toon are actually undefeated in the last 5 home matches in the Premier League. And then if you take a look at the form book overall for Newcastle, just 1 defeat the past 6, both home and away in all competitions. That was against Manchester City in the FA Cup. West Ham, 2 wins in the past 5 games. That was against Southampton way back when. And of course, Chelsea not too long ago. The bookmakers' odds on this one, Newcastle United takes place on the 5th of July. 8-5 on for Newcastle for the victory. 23-10 is the draw. 7-4 is the away win. A win for the Toon, who currently find themselves in 13th spot. Could see them right all the way into the top 10 above Newcastle into 9th. A win for the Hammers in 16th spot. Could see them leapfrog above Brighton into 15th. They'll probably save the day for them. 2-0 win in the end for the Toon. I'm going with them. I'm sticking with them. Stevie Bruce is trying to really fight for his job, really stick a claim with these new owners who are, I think, are going to get confirmed in the next week or so. Anyway, next up we have Norwich up against Brighton. Of course, relegation 6-pointer in a way. A win for Norwich will drag Brighton right back in the thick of things. Anyway, the last 6 encounters sees 2 wins for the Canaries, 2 wins for Brighton, 2 wins for the Canaries, 2 wins for the Seagulls, and 2 draws apiece. They did play at the Amex earlier in the season. It was a 2-0 win for Brighton, and the last time they played against Norwich in the league was in the Championship. It was a 2-0 win back in 2017. David Stockdale with not 1 but 2 big fat OGs in the end on that one. Heading into this, Brighton have actually drawn the last 4 away matches, whereas Norwich actually failed to score in 7 of the last 8 matches in the Premier League. They've also lost 6 of the last 7 matches in the Premier League as well. Heading into this, not great form. 6 defeats on the spin, both in all competitions for Norwich, whereas Brighton just 1 win in the past 6 as well. That was against Arsenal a few games back as well. A lot of draws in that for Brighton. They're grinding out the results, of course. Potter trying to do the biz, the great escape as well. Bookmakers' odds taking place on the 4th of July, 23-10 for Norwich. 12-5 is the draw, 6-5 is the away win. A win for Norwich will put them up to 24 points and just maybe keep their dream alive. I think they're really aiming for 17th. That's all they can hope for. Brighton a win for them in 15th. We'd give them 36 points and maybe just end it for them. I'm going with Brighton, 2-1 win. I thought I was going to go with the Canaries, but I'm going to side with Brighton, 2-1 win in the end. Next up we have the Saints. They're going to be taking on, of course, former champions now, Manchester City. Now the last 6 encounters see 0 wins for Southampton, 0 draws, 6 wins out of 6 for Southampton over the last 6 occasions, including a 2-1 win early in the season at the Emirates. Etihad, there we go. I always get them muddled up. 2-1 win in the end earlier in the season. That was back in November. The last time played in Southampton was a 3-1 win for City as well. Heading into this, City have actually won their last 7 matches against Southampton in all competitions. They've also scored at least 2 goals in 6 of the last 7 matches against Southampton in all competitions. Heading into this, of course, Man City on pretty good form. 2 defeats in the past 6, though, losing to United before the lockdown, and Chelsea in the Premier League, which gave the title to Liverpool. Meanwhile, the Saints have been grinding out the results. 2 wins at the past, in fact, 3 wins at the past 6 games. In fact, 2 of the past 3 games have been victorious as well, picking up wins against Norwich and, of course, against Watford. That's the games you've got to win if you're down the foot of the table against the strugglers. Anyway, heading into this, the bookmakers odds 9-1 for Southampton. Long shots. 9-2 is the draw. 3-10 on for for Manchester City. A win for City would, I don't know, just keep them in second. A win for Southampton in 14th spot would put them to 43 points. Leapfrog Crystal Palace potentially into 12th. I'm going with a 4-1 win, though. City will smash it. And yes, I am going to go against Southampton this time around. Of course I am. It'll be a blind man not to. Next up, we have Spurs against Everton. This is a bit of a tasty one, of course, taking place, I think, on Monday, the 6th of July. The last 6 encounters sees 4 wins for Spurs, 2 draws, 0 wins for Everton. They did play at Goodison early in the season. It was a 1-1 draw. Dele Alli on the score sheet for Tottenham. Czech Thompson on the score sheet for Everton. Sung Young-min getting himself sent off. The last time played in London was a 2-0 win. In fact, it was a 2-2 draw, so it's been back-to-back draws between these two sides. Derek Dyer, Christian Eriksen back in May last year. Theo Walcott and Czech Thompson again on the score sheet for Everton. Heading into this, the last 6 encounter, or the last 6 matches for Everton. They've just lost once. That was against Chelsea before the lockdown. Spurs just 1 win in the past 6. That was against West Ham as well, a couple of games back. Bookmakers odds on this one taking place, of course, on the Monday, the 6th of July. Evens for Tottenham, 5-2 for Everton, 11-4 is the draw. A win for Spurs in 9th could get them to 48 points, which push them up to 7th. A win for Everton in 11th could also push them up to 47 points above Sheffield United into 7th. I like a draw in this one. So does the form book, like a draw. 2-2 in the end. Not really going to give anyone any bigger boost as the season comes to a grinding or starts to slow down. And then another tasty one here, Wolves up against Arsenal. A couple of years ago this would be a nailed on away win, but these days I think Wolves probably fancy their chances. Anyway, the last 6 encounters sees 1 win for Wolves, 3 draws and 2 wins for Arsenal. They played in the Premier League early in the season, enter the Emirates. It was a 1-1 draw. Aubameyang on the score sheet, Raul Jimenez on the score sheet for Wolves. The last they played in Molineux was a 3-1 win for Wolves. Neves, Doherty and Jota on the score sheet. Socrates get their one and only goal for Arsenal. Wolves have actually kept a clean sheet in 7 of the last 8 matches in the Premier League, and Wolves have actually won 5 of the last 6 matches in the Premier League. In fact, they're unbeaten in 6 in all competitions, picking up a couple of draws in the process as well in the Europa League and whatever else. Meanwhile, Arsenal not too shabby as well, picking up 3 wins on the spin, but before the lockdown, or just straight after the lockdown, they had back-to-back defeats against Man City and Brighton. I think they got things screwed on a little bit now. They're going to be a tough old boots. This one does take place on Saturday, the 4th of July. 5-4 for Wolves, 12-5 is a draw, 9-4 is the away win. I'm going with a 2-2 draw on this one as well. I can't separate the two sides. I think I was going to go with a Wolves win on this one, but ultimately I'm going with a 2-2 draw. And if I'm right, this is what the table would look like at the end of it. Down the bottom will be Norwich, Bournemouth and Villa going down if the season was to end today. And then it'll be looking like, I don't know, it looks like Liverpool, of course, champions. Man City second. I think that's going to be nailed on. City, Leicester City in third. Chelsea into 4th and Man United up to 5th. Is that right? Let me just double check on that stuff. I think that's right. Yes, that's right. Anyway, be sure to get your own predictions in nice and early, of course. The game's coming thick and fast. I think the next time we'll have a prediction show, it'll be on Sunday. So be sure to stick that around. I don't know if it'll be live or not. I'm actually away most of this weekend, so it probably won't be live. But it'll be prior to the Everton Spurs game, which takes place on Monday, because the games come again on Tuesday, if you know what I mean. Anyway, that's it. Be sure to give this vid some love. And doing that, you got to smash the old thumbs up. That's right, smash the thumbs up, smash a subscribe, and of course, check out the description. Links to my other social media platforms are in there: Twitter, Facebook, and of course, Patreon. If you want to support the channel in another way, that's the way to do it. But until then, boys, hopefully you're staying safe out there, wearing your mask, social distancing, and all that kind of jazz. I'll see you all next time around. Be safe, smash the thumbs up, and I'll see you on the other side. Thanks again for watching. Please like, share, and most importantly, hit the subscribe button to keep you bang up to date with all things Blackburn Rovers related, Championship related, football related. We've got it all covered right under one roof. And while I still have you, please be sure to check out some of the old videos scattered along here. I hope.